Focus switches back to the Champions League this week, as of course it is the quarter-finals, first legs. Who's going to get off to a flyer? Who's going to get off to a stinker? We're going to take a little look next. That's right, folks. Bouncing Game on a prediction video. Today we're taking a look at the Champions League quarter-finals, first legs, and we'll get to that in just one second. If you're new, where you been, smash your subscribe button. Back to all things Champions League related, Rovers related, world football related. We got it all here, boys, under one roof. Of course, we've got some zinger chicken dinners on our hand right here, right now, as we enter the quarter-final stage. Who's going to, of course, come out on top with the first leg? We'll take a look at it, all of it in a second. Of course, big shout out to my VIPs. They are the patrons, of course. You know who you are. And of course, if you're new, smash your subscribe, of course. So here we go. We're going to actually bring the clock back to the second batch of games, or the second leg, should I say, of the round of 16. Of course, I'm trying to figure this out. Second leg. Week one. In fact, so we got to go back here, I think, to where we were back last. The last time we did a video was back here. Of course, so Benfica took care of Bruges there, 5-1 in the end. Was the full time. My prediction was a 3-0, 7-1 on aggregate. Benfica go through. Of course, Scott Parker sacked my Club Rouge in the end. Meanwhile, Chelsea 2-1 on aggregate over Dortmund. I went with a 2-1 win for the scoreline. 2-0 it was in the end. Bayern did the business over Paris Saint-Germain. 2-0 was final score. 2-1 for me and 3-0 on aggregate. Spurs, I went with a 2-0. 0-0 it was. 1-0 on aggregate. AC Milan going through. The second batch of games, of course, at Porto, 0-0 against Internazionale. 2-0, of course, was my pick. 1-0 Internazionale go through on aggregates. A surprise, that is. City, though, 2-0 was my pick. 7-0 was the final score. 8-1, of course, City flexing their muscles against Leipzig. Meanwhile, Napoli looking very, very good in top flight in Italy. Can they do the double? 3-0, of course, full-time, 2-1 for me, 5-0 on aggregate. Got myself 3 points on that one. And, of course, Real Madrid 1-0 winners over Liverpool. I went bold, I went with a 2-0 win for Liverpool, but, of course, it was shit, 6-2 on aggregate. 0 points for me on that one. Let's take a little look at the league right now. I don't really give a shit right now, to be honest with you, but we've got to keep on keeping on. So big shout out to Nico ZT, 404 points. Carmacking up there with 369. Pim Predict up there with 360. And then, of course, the chasing pack, Vinny, Costas K, Blazurus, Mada Casalas, So826, Hammond Jake, 37 at the top 10. Those guys are flexing it. Keep on keeping on, guys. See who can come out on top. But right now, it is Nico ZT who is running away with it right at the moment, of course. What about, of course, the state of play of the bracket? Let's take a look at the bracket right here, right now. So this is the bracket. We're going to take a look at the quarterfinals, first legs only. But this is how it all pans out. So if City are victorious, they are likely to take on Real Madrid or Chelsea, of course, in the semi-finals. Meanwhile, down here, it's a very Italian stacked lower end of the bracket here, with 3 of the 4 teams coming at you from Italy. So that's what it looks like. So we could have an Italian team in the final. Very much so, an Italian team in the final. But anyway, enough about that. What we're going to talk about right now is, of course, those quarterfinals, first legs. And they're all coming at you this week. In fact, I was going to say they should all have a designated kickoff time, but no, they've decided to cause a ruckus amongst us all. But anyway, we're going to jump in the deep end with Manchester City up against Bayern coming at you at the Etihad. That's right, that's coming this Tuesday. Of course, City and Bayern played each other 10 times in 2011, 5 wins apiece, no draws between them. City, though, 100% form for them over the last 6, winning 6 on the bounce. In fact, they haven't lost in the last 11 games. They haven't lost in any of the last 12 home games. As well. Meanwhile, Bayern, though, back 2 defeats in the past 3, 67% form for them at the moment. The biggest win, though, over City over the course of these 10 matches, 3-1. The biggest win, the other way, a 2-0 win. In fact, Bayern scored 14 goals compared to Man City's. Bayern scored 15 goals compared to Man City's 14, works out around 1.5 goals a game compared to 1.4 goals a game by Man City. Man City, of course, last time they played each other in competitive action was a 3-2 win for City at the Etihad way back in November 2014. That was in the Champions League Group E. Meanwhile, a Bayern 2-1 loss to Freiburg, of course, taking on Freiburg this weekend, today in fact, in the Bundesliga. They're expected to win that one. Of course, City with a big 4-1 over Liverpool, taking on Southampton today as well. and of course they're fancied to win that one. Of course, the odds here 5-4 is your City, 3-1 is your draw, 60-5 is your away win. I'm going to go with the popular vote. I'm going with City on this first leg. Will it be enough? Will it be enough to get them through to the semi-finals? And of course, potentially a real good crack at the Champions League. So we'll have to wait and see on this one. Kicking off forward though, it is another Tuesday game. Benfica up against Italy, coming at you over in Portugal. Now these two sides have played each other 3 times in 2004, 2 into nothing for Benfica, 1 draw at the moment. Meanwhile, of course, Benfica just won defeat past 6, 83% form for them right now. Internationally though, without a win in the last 6, 25% form for them right now. Back-to-back draws though heading into this. Of course, they have beaten Benfica twice over the last 3 occasions in 2004, scoring 9 goals compared to Benfica's 7. Works on around 3 goals a game compared to Benfica's 2.3. Last time they played each other in competitive action was in the UEFA Cup way back in March 2004. It was a big 4-3 win for Inter. Don't know what stage, of course, that game was. It must be a semi-final or a 2-legged affair anyway. Meanwhile, Inter with the 1-1 draw against Salernitana, of course, taking on, of course, Benfica next. I think it might be in action. No, that game was yesterday. Of course, Benfica with a 2-1 loss to Porto. Of course, that was also yesterday. So all eyes on this Champions League game between two sides. The odds though for this one, we have 6-5 is your Benfica, 2-10 is your draw, 12-5 is your away win. I'm backing. I'm gonna go a 1-0 win for Benfica on this one to give themselves a sneaky upper hand, maybe even outside sniff. Champions League glory. Into Wednesday's games we go now, and it's AC Milan against Napoli. Of course, 2 sides that locked horns quite recently in the domestic division, but of course Napoli running away with it. AC Milan need a couple of strong results to get back into the thick of things over there. Played each other 45 times in 1993, 14 wins for Milan, 15 wins for Napoli, 16 draws. Of course, Milan though just 1 win in 6, 42% form for them right now. Napoli 1 defeat past 5, 67% form for them. Of course, biggest win for Napoli over Milan, 4-0 win. The biggest win in the way, also a 4-0 win. In fact, Milan have scored 54 goals compared to Napoli's 53 over the course of those 45 games. Works out around 1.2 goals a game for Milan, 1.118 goals a game for Napoli. Of course, they did play each other most recently. It was a 4-0 win for Milan in Naples. That was back in the 2nd of April, of course. In fact, the home side hasn't won this game since Milan beat Napoli back in 2019 in the quarterfinal of the Coppa Italia. Of course, Napoli responded with a 2-1 win over Lecce. That was, of course, just yesterday. Milan also picked up a 0-0 draw against Empoli. Of course, back-to-back clean sheets for this one, heading for Milan on this. 17-10 is your AC Milan, 23-10 is the draw, 8-5 is your away win. I'm going to go bore draw on this one. I'm going to go with a bore draw, which of course will keep the stat of the home side not winning this game. So 0-0, I think Milan will be happy with that. Napoli will of course come and bring their A game into the second leg. And finally is Real Madrid up against Frank Lampard's Chelsea. I said that right, Frank Lampard's Chelsea. Played for the 6th time, 2013, 3 wins for Real Madrid, 2 for Chelsea, 1 draw of course. Real Madrid just 1 defeat past 6, 75% form for them right now. Chelsea 1 defeat past 6, 67% form for them heading into this match. Biggest win for Chelsea over Real Madrid, 2-0 win. Biggest win the other way, a 3-1 win. In fact, Real Madrid scored 12 goals compared to Chelsea's 10 over the course of those 6 games. Works out about 2 goals a game compared to Chelsea's 1.57. The last time they played each other in Spain was a 3-2 win for Chelsea in the quarter-final stage. Meanwhile, Chelsea picked up a 0-0 draw against Liverpool, back-to-back games without scoring a goal for them. Taking on Wolves today up against the Real Madrid side, of course, picked up a 4-0 win over Barcelona in the El Clasico in the Copa del Rey semi-final. Of course, taking on Villarreal as well. Today over in La Liga. The odds here 11-8 on is Real Madrid, 30-5 draw, 50-4 of course is draw. I'm going to go big. I'm going to go big on this one. Real Madrid 3-0 win over Chelsea. Frank Lampard, is he really, can he do it for his team? He probably doesn't want to lose. He might not lose the game this weekend in the Premier League, but I think he's going to get spanked here by Real Madrid in the end. So that, my friends, is what I've got for you for the quarterfinal first legs. Of course, quick look at the odds right here, right now. We have AC Milan 20-1 to go the distance. They are underdogs with Chelsea 14-1 at the moment to go the distance. Of course, Internazionale 14-1 as well. Benfica 14-1. Real Madrid 13-2. Wow. Why are they so far off? Put a quid on Real Madrid. 4-1 is your Napoli, 7-2 is your Bayern, 9-4 is your City. They are overwhelmingly favoured for this one as well. Don't forget, we'll come back for this bracket. If I was to go for it right here, right now, I would go a little bit like this. And then you know what? I probably would do a little bit of that action, but we'll see. That's probably going to change dramatically over the course of a week or so. But anyway, until then, subscribe, thumbs up, hit the little bell. We'll be back very, very soon. Until then, guys, subscribe. I'll see you soon for the next one, whenever that is. But until then, be safe. And of course, come on, Rovers, win, would you? Would you win on Monday, please?